Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO set 7965 Millennium Falcon. It has 1,254 pieces for ages 9 to 14, and it's from the Star Wars series, and this set retails for $139.99. Now before I continue, I would like to give a shout out to Burrow Dizzy Studios, Mr. Awesomeness, and LEGO Guy 1234171. They are the subscribers who had requested that I review this set. So everyone, check out their channels. And moving forward, here in the front we see the Falcon. And this is the 7th one that they ever made. And that number includes the Bag Charm, the Mini Scale, and the Ultimate Collector's one. Over here we have a Clone Trooper who doesn't really belong here. Here are the minifigures, more on that later. And here in the back you can see that this is from a scene in the Star Wars movie, Episode 4, A New Hope. And this is where they're trying to escape the Death Star, and Obi-Wan's about to get it. And they're all trying to get onto the Falcon and just fly out of here. And you can also see that there's a lot of playabilities in this set. And over here we can see pictures of the other sets. And yes, I will be reviewing them all. But for now, let's check out this one. And here we go. Here are the minifigures. And as you can see, we get a lot of the classic characters. I just want to point out that these four right here are somewhat exclusive. And I'll explain what I mean real soon. For now, let's take a look at Darth Vader, who is the same as the one from the Ultimate Collector's Imperial Shuttle. You can tell because the head has a little bit more scars than the original, and also by the details on the torso there. Alright, there's nothing on the back, but overall he's pretty neat, but still, nothing new. And next is Chewbacca, who is always the same. Okay, there he is up front, and there's the back, same old brown torso. This time he gets a gunmetal bowcaster, which is a really nice touch. And you'll see it again in the Hoth Echo base set. And next we have Han Solo. And here's what I mean by somewhat exclusive. Okay, first of all, we have the same old torso. And we've seen the pants before. And the head. It's just that this is the first time where we see it in this particular combination. So that makes him exclusive to the set. Because you're not going to find Han Solo looking like this in any other set. And it's also for that reason that he's selling for like $15 to $30 on Bricklink. And the same can be said for Leia. Okay, we've seen the torso before, and the pants, and the hairpiece. But the minifigure head is new, but we've seen that before on Princess Tamina in the Prince of Persia sets. So if you have extra minifigure heads of those, you can just make your own Leia instead of paying $20 to $40 on Bricklink for one of her. And next is Obi-Wan. And he is the same as the one from the Luke's Land Speeder. The only difference this time around is that he gets a hood and a cape. But otherwise, he looks the same. Same head with the pupils there. Alright, and he's $15 to $30 on Bricklink and eBay. And finally, we have Luke Skywalker, who is genuinely exclusive because that's a new hairpiece that he has on there and a new minifigure head. There he is, a little bit frustrated. And on the other side, we have him with the blast shield down that goes with the helmet when he's doing his Jedi training inside the Falcon, which I'll show you later on. And that's it, really. Okay, let's take a look at the ship. Now, I gotta say, they did a really good job this time around with the Falcon, especially when you compare it to the 2004 version, which was set 4504. This is a lot more sturdier, and let me show you what I mean. You can pick this up. You hear that? Of course, there's nothing to hear. It doesn't creak like the old one does. And you can hold it with one hand and shake it. Nothing will fall off. So this is really sturdy. Okay, so you can definitely fly this thing around any way you like. Now, when you compare it to the old one, there it is. And you can hear it creaking already just picking it up. And you can hold it from one side and shake it. It's already breaking apart. See that? That's the one that doesn't listen to Han when he said, "Hear me, baby? Hold it together." Okay? It's already bent and oh my god, look at that. Just terrible. So anyway, let's put that aside. Back to the new one. And here's what it looks like from the back. Alright. And there's the top side. It's very beautiful. And here is the side. Okay. And the only thing weird about this one is that the top side is a little bit puffed up, which is understandable because that is the side that opens up and everything. But on the old one, it was actually more even. So I don't know why they changed that. And here is the bottom, which looks largely unfinished to me because there's a lot of gaps here and there. And just while we're down here, you see that we have some landing gears, and these are attached by Technic parts, which is a really great idea. So these are really sturdy. They won't fall off like the old ones do. The only bad thing is that they don't retract. So it makes it a pain to pull them off because they're really on there. Over here we have the turret, which can rotate 360, and this part can move like so. Okay, and you'll also notice over here we have some flick fire missiles, which, if you ask me, is really weird that they put it there, because you can't flick it from this angle because the landing gear is in the way. All you can really do is just push it, which means that you got to hold this thing with one hand and just fire him, or you can just do what I do and just leave it there. Okay, we're not going to bother with that because it's just too awkward to play with it. Okay, and there's the ramp to get in there. Over here is the cockpit, and that's a printed piece that you see here for this part and this piece right here. Here is the front. These are the headlights, and overall it's pretty cool, very nicely done. And here is this side, and I like the way they made that. That looks nice. Okay, and it can move like that, and this can rotate full 360, and it can also move up and down like so. And now to talk about the playable features on the outside. For starters, I'd like to show how to put the minifigures into the cockpit, because it's not really hard. You just pull this off. It's only attached by these 8 studs over here. And we'll take Chewbacca, for example. Just make sure his left arm is down like that. And it doesn't matter for his right arm. And we'll just stick him over here on the side on these 4 studs. Okay. And next we'll take Han Solo, and we'll just put him over here on these 4 studs in the front. You don't have to leave him back, but if you want, you can. Okay, and there we go. And you just take this and cover it back up. See? Pretty easy, right? Now take a look at the turret. Over here is what I think is one of the coolest features aboard the ship. You just take the turret off, and it's only attached by these studs over here and these 2 over there. And you can take this long piece out, and this is where you can put Han and Luke to man the turrets. You can always have them lean back if you like, but there's plenty of space for them to sit upright as well. So it's really just a preference thing. I like it like this because it looks better. And the way it works is that you have these grooves over here, and those will slide along these red hooks. There's one right there, and there's another one over there. And all you gotta do is take this long piece here and put it down this hole. That's where he says, "Don't get cocky." And that's what that looks like. See? Plenty of space. And we'll just cover that up. How awesome is that? Now take a look at the inside. I figured I'll start over here in the back, and I'll work my way around. As you can see, these are very easy to open. They won't break off as easy like the old one. And over here in the corner we have Luke training with Obi-Wan, and there he is with the helmet and the blast shield down, training against the remote. And this is a little bit inaccurate. The remote's supposed to be like a gray silver color. I don't know why they have it in white and beige color, but oh well, what can you do, right? And then over here we have a toolbox, and then over here is the hyperdrive unit, a cup. And here we have Han and Leia sleeping over here on the job, which did not happen in the movie, by the way, but that's just to show you that those 2 are beds. Okay? If you remember in The Empire Strikes Back, after Luke gets his hand chopped off from his father, okay, you remember him sleeping over here and Leia was attending to him. And that's what that's for. Alright? And if you look at the old one, okay, this thing was pretty cheap. And these just eventually will fall off, you'll see. Oh, you just keep doing it. Oh, there it is. Okay, that one broke. And there is one little thing I'd like to point out too while I'm back here. You'll notice that this piece right here is 4 studs wide. The old one over here is only 2 studs wide. That means the new one is a little bit wider than the old one. And it's also longer too in length, which I'll show you later on. And for now, we'll just take a look at the front side. Over here, I think they made a really nice improvement with this part, because now it can open up like that, which is a lot better than the old one, which used to open up like this, and it doesn't really stay there too. And because of that, it made it pointless to open these 2 panels. Not like there was anything there. So like a quarter of the ship was pretty much non-playable. So over here, it's a lot better. Now we have more space to play in, and they added in the control panel, which is right there, as you can see. And over here, we have the Jarek holoboard game. And it's also for this reason that I'm surprised that this set did not come with 3PO or R2-D2, because that was a scene in A New Hope. But it's okay, I can always pull it out from another set and play it over there. And while I'm here, I also want to point out that the holoboard is a little bit different. Okay, that's the sticker for the new one. Okay, the old one is a little bit more detailed. Okay, this is where the pieces go on the sides here. And I like this one a lot better. So I have no idea why they changed it, but oh well, it's okay, I guess. It's not a major deal. And if you look over here, that's also where the trapdoor is, where they hide themselves when the stormtroopers board the ship to see if there anyone aboard, and that opens up like that. Okay, it's a little bit awkward, but you'll get it. And you have just enough space to put one minifigure, which is okay. I could see why you can't fit all of them, because there's just not enough space. They would have to make a whole section for it, and I don't think that's necessary. Okay, and that pretty much sums up the playabilities for the inside. And now, on to the recommendations. Overall, this was a surprisingly very good set. I'm really happy with it. I was really amazed as to how well this was put together and how sturdy it was, especially when you compare it to the 2004 version. Now, as far as the value is concerned, I was a little bit skeptical at first, because how do you go from $100 for the first two Millennium Falcons that were for minifigures to $140? That's a huge jump. What happened? Well, this Falcon has 1,254 pieces, so for $140 that's actually not bad, especially for a Star Wars set nowadays. And as I mentioned earlier, you get 4 somewhat exclusive minifigures, and if you were to buy them individually, and assuming you get all 4 of those, okay, it's going to run you anywhere from $70 to $140, which is like another Falcon anyway. So in that respect, this is actually a worthwhile set to get. Now, if you never owned a Millennium Falcon before, then you should definitely get this set, because this one definitely stands out as far as the quality goes, the details, and the playabilities. Now, if you're stuck in a case like I was, where you own quite a few Millennium Falcons and you're wondering if you should spend money on another one, I would say it really depends on what your criteria are. Okay, for me, I always look at the parts, because I know that Lego makes really good products, and there's just not enough space to have all of that. So the best thing to do is to take them all apart and build something else with them. And since I like to build ships, so naturally the Falcon is in my favor. Now, in the end, you'll notice that it doesn't say limited edition on the box, so I won't be surprised if they make another Millennium Falcon a few years down the line. And I just want to point out that if you bought all the Falcons that ever came out up to now, you would have spent around $900, and that's only if you get at retail price, okay? And that doesn't include tax and shipping. So you might want to think on that one for a while and see if you still want to get another one. Okay, so in the end, it really depends on what your criteria are in getting a set. Okay, because this is like the 7th Millennium Falcon. Do we really need another one? So in the end, the choice is yours. I can't make the decision for you. And that sums up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.